and welcome to FeMANism.
I'm Jamie Hoggart.
And I'm Sam Martin.
We're two men, but the twist is we're feminists, aka good guys, and we talk about feminist topics, trying to make it accessible to men. First thing that what I like to do today is define feminism. Feminism is to do with women. That's why it's called fem, and that's why the beginning of the word is called fem. So all the time, feminism is about women and it's about females. So if I want to talk about Sydney Sweeney, I'm allowed to do it because it's feminism, because she's a woman. And so today we're going to be talking about Sydney Sweeney, which is one of my favourite topics of conversation in general. And I actually was talking about her last night, so I went with some of my mates down to the pub and we had a really long conversation about her. And I thought, this is feminist. You know, she's a woman. And then I thought maybe I could have another conversation about her today as well. Anything to add?
Well, that's fantastic, Jamie, and I really appreciate it when you bring up these topics. I'm so glad you've already had the conversation with your friends about Sydney Sweeney, which is a feminist thing to do.
Yes.
I'm glad I could sort of jump on that. And I would like to say, this topic is very close to my heart because I have 4 daughters.
Yes.
And the thing about that is that Sydney Sweeney is somebody's daughter.
Yes.
And I think that's very important to feminism and, to this podcast as a whole, just to say that I have something in common there with her. So I think we're just in a great position to just have a chat about this and really kind of, sort it out. And the poor girl, honestly, I just feel like she's not really had any feminist support, particularly not in these, in this last week. And she's been absolutely dragged over the coals for something or other. And that's what we're here to discuss.
The problem with Sydney Sweeney is she's very, very beautiful, and women don't like that. Women feel threatened, so they are out to get her. And the things that we know about her are she's very beautiful, she's very hot, she's very fit, she's very attractive. Those are facts. But for women, it can be very scary to see someone who is, sent from heaven above, who is an angel. So they will start calling her, slut, hoe, fascist, or whatever. But if Sydney Sweeney was a fascist, don't you think she would not look so nice? We talk about Nazis and everything like that. None of them were as hot as Sydney Sweeney. And they all wore a uniform. Okay? Sydney Sweeney's just wearing her jeans and actually nothing else necessarily up top. She's not a fascist. She's just a very hot woman.
That's perfect description. She's not a fascist because she's just too, like you say, I can't think of any fascists that you would put in a jeans advert, honestly.
The idea of Hitler, who was the worst man ever, everyone knows, and busy, the idea of him doing a jeans ad is insane. Yeah. The idea of Donald Trump doing a jeans ad, what size? I cannot imagine a fit or size that would work for that man. He's too busy. They chose someone who's not a fascist, who's so pretty, and she did it, and she looks good. And you would never say, oh, I think, Himmler would look nice in that pair of jeans.
Yeah, well, Mussolini would look lovely in that sort of tinfoil dress. I don't want it. No one wants to be looking directly at his nipples.
It blows my mind, and I think people forget that Sydney Sweeney looks like an angel. Do angels do bad things? No, they're angels. Read the Bible. Look it up. It's like she is just a smiling beauty, and if she's not the next Mussolini.
She's not, and I think, I'm glad. What Jamie and I are trying to do here today is we're just trying to offer a bit of perspective, guys, because I think she needs some feminist mediation, and that's what we're here to do. And honestly, having studied those pictures of her last week in that dress, where you can see everything, and people just keep talking about, her breasts are fully exposed, and she's standing next to fully clothed people, but her. Is that an aggressive statement? I don't know. It would make me nervous, but I'm not a celebrity. I'm not, if I was a celebrity, I should just get over it because that's just, things happen.
One of the great things about Sydney Sweeney is, she can get you off in your mind, but she's also a feminist icon in that, and I'm thinking aloud as I speak, she's a beautiful woman and she's good for women because she's, it's like obviously she's helpful for the cause because she is so, and she's obviously not a fascist because,
yes,
you see what I mean?
I do,
Yeah.
and I think it's really important to clarify all that. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna say that she is like, don't criticize someone's feminism. If somebody is sitting there being accused of participating in a kind of white supremacist narrative and they don't want to say anything, don't push it. Like that is Sydney Sweeney's right,
yes,
as a feminist, to not say anything that she doesn't want to say. So just back off.
Yeah.
And it's obviously this agenda that everyone has of what are they going to do? So they want to call her a fascist and cancel her? Is that the plan? So it's like, the people who think they're being feminists are not actually feminists because they're going to take away access to a feminist. So it's like there are no winners here. So let's just calm down and just back off and just say we're all pro-feminist here. So let the beautiful woman speak but don't make her speak about things that you might want answers to, but are none of your business.
What if she's anti-fascist and anti-racist, but she forgot to mention it?
Well,
that's this day and age, we forget things. Our attention spans are so short. The journalist was trying to get her to say, I'm not a racist or I denounce white supremacy. She might have been about to say that.
Yes.
She forgot because she's tired. I don't know.
Yeah. Or maybe she just thinks,
she's on her period.
She could be very yes. And also she could be doing that thing where she's thinking about the last question that she answered and she's thinking, did I answer that right?
Yes.
I was talking about jeans and I said, maybe I don't know what she said about jeans, but she could have still been thinking about something else that she was talking about. You mention fascism, you say, what's your stance on, Trump retweeting you or tweeting about your advert? And honestly, you're just so befuddled.
Yeah.
And it's not the first thing in your mind. You're thinking about jeans, or you're thinking about the advert that you did, or you're thinking about what you're going to wear to your next sexy premiere or event. So, these things get forgotten.
Yeah.
But if it's that important, let her know. Just say, this is how I'm going to publish the article. Yeah. And so if you don't say this, people are going to think X, Y, or Z. Help a girl out. So it's really on the journalist, in my opinion. It's really, it's a very tricky, it's a tricksy take. And I would be very cross, actually, if that were me on the receiving end of that kind of questioning.
The problem with the response to the interview is I'm worried that we've hurt her feelings. If she cries, they will be pretty tears. But she's too pretty to upset. My worry is that she'll be cancelled and then we won't see her in movies. And ultimately, men will be punished.
Well, there you have it.
I think justice for Sydney Sweeney and, just try and imagine a fascist looking that nice in jeans and get in touch with the show if you can think of any, but she just doesn't look like it. And
no, and to be fair, if they wanted a fascist in that advert, they obviously clocked the fact that Donald Trump wasn't going to really sell American Eagle jeans.
Yeah.
Probably even J.D. Vance is unlikely to, to sort of up sales.
Yeah.
So, of course, they've realised we can't have a fascist. We have to have someone beautiful. So just think about it. Think about the logic.
Yeah.
Make it make sense, guys.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
And just know that the definition of feminism is female. And then the definition of fascism is,
Yeah. So bad. And
yeah.
that's why, what pickle? That's all I'll say. But I think we've sorted it out pretty. If anyone's got any questions, if anyone has been affected by the issues today of
Yep.
worrying that Sydney Sweeney is going to be cancelled to some degree and not show up on your Instagram feed,
Yes.
drop us a line.
Yep.
Send us a message on the Substack. And we'll, we are here to support everyone. We're here to support you guys.
Yeah. And Sydney, if you're listening, welcome. There is a shed for you in central Chippenham. And, people are very fashion forward in Chippenham. We wear jeans now. Most generations will be wearing jeans. I've seen even older folk in jeans in Chippenham. So you can come here and wear what you want, and we will understand that.
Yeah. If you bring your jeans, you will sell them in Chippenham.
Yes. And there's a billboard as well. And outside the post office, there's a board where you can pin up signs. If you want to do an American Eagle sign, you can do that. And there's also like a local directory. So you can take out a little ad. It's not even that much money, but we've advertised the podcast in Chippenham Daily, and it's something to consider.
And actually, the Rotary Club are putting on a stage production of the Sydney Sweeney series of The White Lotus. And if she wanted to come and play herself amongst that role, and, amongst the local cast, that could be a boon too. That could be refresh people's memories of that show, get more likes and watches and things like that. So I think it's
it's not a bad
space for her.
Yeah, a lot of people say, "Oh, I love Hollywood. I'm an actress." Like, we have acting jobs in Chippenham.
Yeah,
we have acting jobs in Chippenham. There is a theatre, so she should visit.
Yes. Well, that's an open invitation, Sydney. Whenever you fancy it, I can budge over on the futon. That's the joke. No, it's too small.
I have thought of another wrinkle. It's a man's name. We are traditional here. People will think that you're called Sydney because you're a bloke. We don't do funny business names in this region, and you will need to wear tight tops. You will need to keep the bra off. You will need to show everybody that you're a blossoming, blooming woman, because we won't know from the name.
Because if you're performing with the Rotary Club, I think the name Sydney Sweeney is going to just be very much a West Country 60-year-old man image. So yes, we do need to think on that. But names can be changed. So
boobs help show your figure.
Yes,
and maybe wear a name badge on your area. So people go, Sydney, man, oh, I've seen the mountain beneath, the rolling hills of her womanhood. And it's a hilly area in the West Country, and you're a hilly woman. So,
yes. Can't wait to welcome you. You'll fit right in.